How y'all doing tonight? Thanks for coming out. Man, I love Garland. I stayed out here for a little while. Y'all are fucking crazy. I love that. So I was a horrible fucking child. Really bad child. So I was doing all the same shit that the fucking 18, 19, 20-year-olds were doing at fucking 11. So that being said, my first fucking bad cop encounter was when I was 11 years old. And it wasn't like that bad. I mean, I'm white, so like, come on. It wasn't that bad. Anyways, so I was walking down the street. I was going to my homeboy's house, and I was just sitting there with the cigarette in my hand, walking down the street, and I didn't notice it, but there was a cop coming up behind me. And the cop stops and goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Me? I'm nothing." And the whole time I had the cigarette right behind my back. And I'm just sitting there. He's like, "Hey, so where are you going?" "I'm going to my friend's house. I'm not doing anything wrong at all." The whole time the cigarette is like obviously burning behind me, creating a little, plume of smoke behind me. And he's like, "I see the cigarette behind your back. How old are you?" And I was like, 18. And he's like, "All right, well, let me get your ID. And I was like, "I don't got an ID, but here's my dad's phone number if you want to give him a call." And yeah, so my dad came, picked me up, and the cop let me go with the warning. He said, "Don't let me catch you with the fucking cigarette out in public again. Wait till you're fucking 18. And so I'm getting in the car with my dad, and he's like, "Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing with a fucking cigarette? You're 11 years old. What the fuck? Where'd you get that from?" And I was like, "You motherfucker." And that was the end of that story. I was a horrible fucking child. So, as I said, I'm a horrible child. One day, me and a couple of friends were sitting outside in front of my fucking house, and we had got kicked out from the garage. We were in the garage smoking weed, and my dad's bedroom was like backing the garage, so obviously he heard us back there. And so he kicks us out. We're sitting on the curb, and one of my buddies is like, "Hey, I bet you won't run up to that door and kick the door in and say, 'Fuck a bitch named Dwayne.'" And so, first off, I want to tell you, I grew up being the kid that if you tell me I'm not going to do something, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to fucking do it regardless. I didn't give a fuck. So I run up to the door, and I was conscious of it. I was like, I don't want to fuck up the door. So I grabbed the handle and just leave it open. And I was like, "Fuck a bitch named Dwayne!" And ran back to the curb, and I had closed the door, and you can hear clear as day from inside the motherfucking house my dad going, "Drew, what the fuck?" And so I was like, "Oh, fuck. We need to get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Let's get out of here." And yeah, so I was a horrible fucking child. So this leads on into my next story. I don't quite remember off top. But so there's one day, me and one of my homies that I grew up with, we were rolling down 75 in I think it was like McKinney, like North McKinney. Yeah. And me and him were smoking a blunt. He goes to light up with a blunt. I look over at him. There's a fucking undercover cop riding right next to us, looking at us. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck, dude, put it down. And sure enough, it's the McKinney cop. They got right behind me, lit me up. It was right where the 121 overpass is, so I had to take the 121 overpass. So I took that fucking overpass and pulled over. And so my buddy had weed on him. I had Valium on me, and we're both sitting there like, fuck. I didn't say shit about the goddamn Valium. I was just like, if I'm going to jail, then I'll fucking dump it, but don't. So the cops are busy with my buddy because he had weed on him. They made him stomp it out. Lucky me. And of course, I had warrants for my arrest. I didn't realize that. Hey, you got warrants out for your arrest. And this time, I got my wallet in my hand, dumping these volume out of my fucking wallet, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking take you to jail, man. You gotta get out there. So they took me to jail. And I'm sitting in there for like 3 days. The whole time I'm calling my dad. There's no reason in hell why that man should fucking bail me out. I'm, as I said, a horrible child. So about the third day, I called him. He goes, hey, I'm coming to get you. And I was like, oh shit. That's my motherfucking dad. The same person that treat like shit, we bailed me out of jail. I love him. And that's my set. Thank you. Thank you.